like plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject custom chemicals.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live. Oh, I didn't see it go through on my Twitter. Okay.
It's in the.
We got
you just have to see it through your account. I don't think it's in a post, but we're live now.
But I don't see it.
It's streaming on your Twitter. We're live. It's just not actual posted. It's in a stream. We're live though.
So there's no way for me to retweet it or quote tweet it.
We'll figure that. But we are live.
All right. So look, this is New Improve Wanna Bet. I'm Jason. That's Ben. We thank our friends at Odyssey there in the bottom corner for helping us with some graphics and get different things going here. I hope I'm going to be able to retweet this and everything. So it's going to be on a little delay. Oh, there we go. There we go. No, it's not your fault, dude. This is all. It's all new. All right, there we go. So again, this is Wanna Bet. Wondering what the hell you're seeing on your Twitter, and you haven't seen this before. Ben and I do this every single day on YouTube, everywhere you get podcasts. We give you our favorite plays that we've made in the last 24 hours. We do all sports. We keep score. We have different categories. It's a unique rundown. Yes, I'm ripping off my guys, Tony and Mike, my old pals from the Washington Post at PTI. We're doing a little bit of that. We're going to give you our 3 favorite plays of the day: first, second, third down. Fourth down's a bit of a catch-all. It could be a short bet, like a quick hitter to get you paid in the first quarter, first half of a game, something like that. It could also be a longer-term play, fourth and long, like a future, or a long shot bet, overtime, football or football parlays every single day. This show's already a little mashugana, Ben. So I'm just going to give my overtime out now. Don't worry about graphics or not, because the match kicks off at 12:45. All right. Okay. So quick Champions League parlay. I'm just putting it out there. I'll explain most of the elements as we go through our picks. But 12:45, Barcelona kicks off. Okay. My overtime parlay. PSG on the double, which means PSG to win or draw their match against Leverkusen. Napoli, PSV Eindhoven. We need both teams to score in that match. And we need Barcelona to lead at the half and then win the match against Olympiacos. That is plus 198. If you want to play it with PSG just on the money line, and I have done that, and I'm officially sprinkling on that, if I could find Meatball. You want to play it with PSG on the money line, plus 321. Okay. Beltway, Ben, I'm guessing we can still do this where we show people what we did yesterday and how we've done. So, again, we're working through all new stuff here. There you go. Yesterday, we continued to crush soccer. We nailed the Amon-Ra St. Brown. That cashed basically well before halftime. The problem was we didn't get points in that game. Neither quarterback threw 2 touchdowns, which kind of blew my mind. I thought both would. The late game, we were on our number, right? We don't play their corporate numbers. We moved our number to 48.5 and went under, and that hit, unfortunately, the first game did not go over. So I continue to kick around 10 to 15 units. Not good enough. That's what we've done since May 21st on the bottom. Since we launched this show, May 21st. But wait, Ben, how was your Monday night?
Yeah, it was not great. As you said, the games we expected to go over. Baker Mayfield, I thought, would run more. He barely ran.
Yeah.
I tried once and got tackled, and that was on a QB pass. Got tackled in the backfield, so that didn't end well. Nico Collins, over 73.5 receiving yards. He got hurt. He was going a little bit early, but didn't do enough for us. And then David Montgomery did go over his 8.5 receiving yards, but we did lose. Baker Mayfield only threw 9 passing yards in the first quarter, so we lost our fourth and short, and then we also lost our overtime parlay. So not a great day, but I think we'll bounce back today.
I do as well. A lot to be excited about today. As always, all of our picks as we make them in real time are on the Super Discord. If you're watching on any of these formats, you've got the QR code there. If you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, whatever, hey, just go to our Twitter feeds, mine or Ben's. We've got a All right, Beltway Ben. I guess I go first now, correct? We're again as
Yes,
we work out
yes, you are.
some of our new operating features here. So first down for me, I've got 4 NBA bets. Two are for tonight, and there's some lines I really like today for a game that'll be played tomorrow that I think will be bet to different numbers if you wait till tomorrow. We'll start with the nightcap tonight. Golden State hosting the LeBron-less Lakers. I like Golden State to do the job here. Golden State, once they got Jimmy Butler, were a completely different basketball team. We know they've been an elite defensive team for quite some time. Himmy has really helped with the ball distribution, the spacing for Steph. Everything took off when he got there. Look, I think people have adjusted to what Redick's all about with the Lakers now. And where he really helped them was defensively. But they're not really run and gun. And especially without LeBron with Luka, I really don't think they're run and gun here. I think that Golden State can get them to play the game the way they want them to play the game. Golden State was good at home last year. They weren't great, but I expect them to come out and set a tone here. I think Golden State has a legitimate shot to be a factor in the West. I don't think they're too old. And what could kill them a little bit is somebody on the inside who could dominate them, a center, right? They still play small ball, but that's not really the Lakers. I also like this game to go under our number of 235. So Golden State on the plus playing the game under 230 plus 135. Again, we're talking about a Golden State team that when they played within the division at home last year, those games averaged 228 points. It's a Golden State team that was only 20 for the season last year in home scoring. They're slightly below average in pace of play at home for the season last year. And again, a lot of newness, a lot of working out the kinks. I'm not sure it's going to be offensive fireworks to start. So that's our plays there. What do you have on first down, Ben?
Yes, first down, we will go to Reed Shepherd, over 11.5 points and assists. Have a lot of scores. They're not like Fred VanVleet's injury is pretty big. I don't think people are talking about it enough with them. I know the KD addition is big and he's going to change things. But to me, Reed Shepherd's still going to play 22 to 28 minutes. And he's going to play the point. When he's on the court, he's going to have the ball in his hands. Shot the ball really well during the preseason. Of course, he's good with distribution. I think Amen Thompson's going to have a bunch of assists. We talked about that the other day. But I do think Reed Shepherd has a strong night scoring. He shot the ball really well. He can shoot the three. They need that with what they have. And when you look at their bench pieces, Reed Shepherd's the only one that really stands out to me as a true growth scorer that they trust. So I do like Reed Shepherd over 11.5 points and assists.
Forgot to give out the Bucks game. Can I do that here? Well, that's
yes.
Okay. Also on the NBA tomorrow night, Bucks against the Wizards. I love the Bucks laying 8.5. The Wizards are still in full tank mode. If you listen, and I'm not a huge narrative guy, but you listen to anything that Doc and the Greek Freak are saying, it's clear Milwaukee's out to let people know that they're not dead. This is a gross mismatch for them. Like, can they punch above their weight class? No. But when they get the punch down, they do, and they do hard. This Wizards team could do nothing against any semblance of a center or power forward last year. I don't see that changing. They're one of the youngest teams in the league. They're playing for, 2027, probably not even, maybe 2028. And I like the Bucks to come out and make a statement here. I think they win by double digits. I think this game is a mismatch, and I'm not super worried about load management in week one, or day one, match day one, game day one, whatever you want to call it. Although I guess there is some of that going along. We also like getting plus money on this now. I don't know how long you'll be able to do this. Giannis, 10 plus rebounds. Giannis, 25 or more points. And the Bucks to just win the game on the money line. Freak averaged 32 and 12 last year. You look at what he's done against Washington when he's played anything close to a full game, like when he didn't get hurt in game, which did happen once last year. 42 and 12. 35 and 15, 31 and 9, 42 and 13, 28 and 11, 23 and 9, 55 and 10. Could this get so sideways he doesn't play a ton in the second half? He could, but I also, frankly, could see him at the end of the first quarter sitting on damn close to a double-double. There's a lot of teams that went out there and just grabbed free rebounds early and often against this Wizards team last year. Second down. So I guess, do I go again? Or
Yeah. You go second now.
Okay. Second down, Champions League. One thing we're doing really well in right now is soccer, and we don't intend to stop. We were on Napoli early. I fancied Napoli, thought they'd be a factor in the Champions League. They haven't looked great, and they haven't looked great domestically either, previously in Champions League. So maybe I overrated them. But I know this. When you play in Eindhoven, there are goals. And PSV are going to have the overlapping wingbacks. They're going to try to score on you early and often. And I think Napoli will be able to keep pace. Like, if you look at PSV, like, they've kept one clean sheet in their last 18 Champions League games. Like, 45 total goals in their last 11 Champions League matches. Like, just look at their overall this year. Last 5 games, Eredivisie and Champions League. They've scored 11 times in those 5 matches. I think Conte will have Napoli ready to play. They need to start pushing up the table for position here. You want to parlay this with both teams to score? I've done that. It doesn't get you the value that I'd like. You're still only getting to around minus 110. So we're going to go a little bit more conservative and just say there's at least 3 goals in this match. If I was going to play a correct score, I'd put $5 on 2-2, maybe $10 on 2-2. Second down, Ben.
Yeah, second down, we're going to go back to Reed Shepherd in a certain way, and we're also going to go with Kevin Durant, 20-plus points, and then Reed Shepherd, 2+ assists, and we get this at minus 111. I think this is really mispriced. Kevin Durant, 20-plus points is like minus 240, and he did it in all but 6 games last year. I mean, the guy is a scorer, and that was with guys like Devin Booker, Bradley Beal around him. When I look at this team, Jabari Smith, he's going to be starting. This was a guy they had coming off the bench. This is an extremely defensive type of lineup. And then like Şengün, he's not filling up the scoring sheet. I mean, he'll do other things. He'll rebound, he'll block shots, and he's a good passing big, but he doesn't score a lot. I think Kevin Durant's going to have to, especially in this type of environment where he spent the first, the second year and after that, spent a lot of time there. And it hits home for him. So I do think he's going to show up. I also think he likes playing against these types of teams, big-time matchups, all that types of things. And then Reed Shepherd, 2+ assists. Again, he's going to come off the bench. He's going to play 24 to 26 minutes. And when he's out there, I think the ball is going to be in his hands. So I do think Kevin Durant goes over 19.5 with no issue. And then Reed Shepherd, 2+ assists shouldn't be an issue as well.
Excellent. Third down, we are staying in the Champions League. We mentioned this briefly at the top where I gave you that parlay. And again, if you want to jump on it, just before kickoff. The parlay is PSG double, Napoli, PSV, both teams to score, Barcelona, which is about to kick off against Olympiacos, to have the lead at the half and win the game outright. Look, we're going to play PSG here on the money line. They're depleted. I understand that. It's not the A team. But the B team went out last match day in Champions League and beat Barcelona, a much tougher opponent than what they're facing here in Bayer Leverkusen. They just get results. And while there's a little part of me that's worried this could end up being a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw, hence the way we played it in the parlay, you're still looking at a PSG team that, injuries or not, last 14 Champions League games, 12 wins, 2 draws, they have not lost. Have they been conceding a little bit more than I'd like? Sure. But look, they're reigning Champions League winners. They played great in the summer in the World Club Championship when some people wondered how much they'd show up for that. They play with tremendous pride. And while Leverkusen at home is usually good for a goal, and I don't think it'll be easy, I haven't loved their form in the Bundesliga. Like, to me, they're at best the 3rd best team in the Bundesliga. Maybe the 4th best. There's going to be some pressure on them. Yes, they've played and performed much better since the coaching change. But I just think PSV is of a different level. And they just find ways to win Champions League matches. So that's how we're playing that. One other Champions League play. If you're looking for something in the Man City match, I do like Haaland anytime goal, minus 135. He's in great form. These markets don't reflect how good he's playing. People going back to last year, only played 7 matches, all the injuries. I don't know that City's going to get a result from Villarreal, but I do think he scores a goal. Third down, Ben.
Yes, third down. We're going to go to Rui Hachimura. We're going to go over 1.5 3-pointers made. When you look at what he's done in the past against this team, he's always showed up. He likes playing against Golden State for whatever reason. No, LeBron is massive for this prop. LeBron, I mean, he's not an amazing three-point shooter, but LeBron shot a lot at this point in his career. And I also think Luka is going to find every shooter he can. Rory's very good with spot up. He's quick to shoot it. He likes shooting the three, and he's improved as his career has gone on. He's much better than he was in Washington. He trusts his shot. He's confident. And he's going to shoot it a lot, and we saw that in the preseason. Until LeBron gets back, I think we're going to see a lot of scoring from Murray, and I like him to go over 1.5 3-pointers tonight.
He's improved his range and his form shooting the ball, no doubt about it. He's kind of deadly from the baseline. Certainly more deadly he was than when he was a Wizard. One thing I just wanted to tell you, because again, we're working through all these kinks. I don't know how many levers you have to pull or how difficult it is, but like it's just got my name there for all the picks,
right?
And not yours. Is that something that you've got to now? You've got to change.
Yeah,
like
it's just now it's
is that something else you're going to have to do individually?
Yeah,
it won't do it automatically.
Yeah, it can.
Okay.
I just have to go through it.
I don't really care, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I want your due. Or maybe you can just put it back where we usually have it. You know what I mean? Could be one less thing you have to worry about in the future.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. Ben's like quadruple tasking. He's quadruple tasking right now. Okay. 4th down, and you're doing awesome. There's a lot going on. We're a 2-man operation here. And it's mostly Ben. 4th today is not going to be 4th and short for me. It's going to be 4th and long. We're going to take the Dodgers to win game 1 on Friday and the Dodgers to win the series. The best I found this was plus 115. Yeah, it's a long layoff for the Dodgers, but you know what? It's a weird 3 days off for Toronto as well. Coming into the playoffs, I wondered about the Dodgers on the road. Then, you watch them against Cincinnati. You watch them in Milwaukee. Didn't seem to be that big of a deal. They look like the juggernaut we all thought they would be. Dave Roberts figured out his bullpen a little bit on the fly. He now has multiple options closing, right? You've got Trinan or Sasaki. Starting pitching has been lights out. Whatever people were saying about Ohtani not being clutch in the playoffs, yeah, good luck with that. The first 3 guys in the lineup are just murderers row. And unlike Seattle, they're not going to strike out all over the place and bail Toronto's pitchers out. So I think they're up for this. I think a sweep is very much in play. And remember, we're already sitting on a ticket. I hope you got in with us. We played both ways. Dodgers to beat Seattle in the World Series. That's obviously not going to happen. And over the weekend, Dodgers to beat Toronto when they were down plus 425. So we're on that. And this is another way for us to play the series. And we probably will be on Dodgers. Well, in fact, we already are. For the sake of this show, not yet. We also, we like Dodgers money line game 1, obviously. 4th down, Ben.
Yes, 4th down. We're going to go to DeAndre Ayton. This is a weird prop, but you know how I am with a lot of these different things. DeAndre Ayton over 2.5 first quarter rebounds at minus 135. Wow. Go look at what he did all during the preseason. He's playing 8 to 9 minutes, so that's what I'm expecting. It didn't really move much. I don't think they're going to change it for the regular season. Even in the games where he did play 4 quarters, because there were 2 he played just the first half. And then there were games he played the full game. Still played 8, 9, 8, somewhere around there in the minutes range. And if he does that, like Luka is going to take some rebounds. And when LeBron's out there, I think Ayton's rebounds are going to go down a little bit just because Luka and LeBron both do it a lot. But with just Luka and Hachimura take a few, DeAndre Ayton is the biggest man on the court, and I think he's going to be a little bit more aggressive now that he's in LA. And we saw in the first few games, I mean, he's above 8 rebounds in every single game. We'll get to that again in overtime. I just think early on, 8 to 9 minutes he plays, he's going to grab 3 or 4 rebounds. I think it'll be 4, but getting to 2.5 I feel good about, and it's minus 135, so a little bit of juice. Still feel good about it.
They tend to come in bunches. They happen in threes. Rebounds happen in threes. Okay, overtime. I'm not going to belabor mine again because I've given it twice, but just one more time. Give us goals, goals, goals in Eindhoven today. Don't care who wins or loses. Give us goals. So we've got both teams to score in Napoli, Eindhoven. We've got PSG to at least get a draw against Leverkusen and Barcelona half full. Overtime for you, Beltway, Ben.
Yes, overtime for me is going to be an NBA. Not same game parlay, but just a parlay for the night, which we get plus money on. And I did just 3 things to get us there. And one is Kevin Durant, 20 plus points. I talked about it earlier. I think this is being misvalued. I can't believe it's as good of odds. Like, you can add a lot of different things tonight in this matchup and the other one to get this to a plus money play. And I think Kevin Durant will carry you there because I don't think there's any issue with him scoring 20 points in his new spot. I talked about it before. This is a homecoming. This is a reunion. You know how he's going to be, and we all know how he is. He's a prideful guy and also a great scorer, one of the best scorers of all time. So I do like Kevin Durant 20 plus points. Amen Thompson 4 plus assists. I have that given out, I think, a week and a half ago. We gave it out over 4.5, and it was minus 150. I'm taking it down to 4. I think as the starting point guard, he's going to have to pick up some assists. They're going to have him handling the ball. And even with Reed Shepherd out there, I know we talked about it earlier. Amen still will handle the ball a bit. Reed Shepherd is good as a spot-up shooter if they want to use him that way, and we saw that in the preseason. And then DeAndre Ayton, 8+ rebounds. Listen, this guy, I talked about it before. With no LeBron, I think there's going to be a lot of rebounds to be had, and Luka's going to take his 10 every other night like he usually does. But there's still going to be a lot on the table, and I think this might be a lower scoring game. Some missed shots.
Working through a lot of kinks here. Our friends at Odyssey helping us with some new platforms, some new things visually. It's a lot on Ben's plate. He's already crushing it. And again, we're fully transparent here. Good luck finding people in this industry, certainly in this country, who are actually putting their name to everything they do and letting you guys know exactly what they're doing for you and what they're not doing for you. The push to get up over 60 units continues. We're glad to have NBA inventory. I'm fired up to have Champions League back. We've been doing great in that, and I'm stepping back from the NFL. I'm not having great success in the NFL right now. I'm trying to figure out when Big Brother in the league office is stepping in to F these games up and when they're not. There's no transparency or accountability there. They're double changing calls and not telling you. No one's putting their name to it. It's not happening on the field, but we have no idea who's in the command center. Is it Troy Vincent from football operations? Is it the head of officiating? Who's the games? Shady. Get your shit together, 345 Park Avenue. You need to put a camera in there with whoever's making these calls in the command center, and they need to jump on a Zoom, and they need to say, yeah, this is why this wasn't done on the field. This is why McCaffrey's allowed to be dragged into an end zone, and this is why we somehow figured out that no, K-Dot didn't get there, and Dan Campbell's keeping his challenge, even though we already made an announcement a minute earlier, sort of to the contrary. Get your shit together. We've got ours together here at WannaBet. We keep